agent has been neutralized.
What's good, you guys? Gourmet J here, bringing an alternate version of the classified striker build that I posted about a couple months ago. This version is basically for more damage for a straight DPS player. You can definitely go solo, you can be in a group. This build definitely just shreds. So with that being said, let's get into it. 6-piece classified striker. Still using an M4 and the house. On my M4 I'm using responsive, competent, and deadly. I did have responsive, competent, unforgiving, but I changed it to deadly so I could have that burst damage. Unforgiving is definitely big in this patch now that things are players are tanky, and you know, you're able to, you know, get that stamina again. So on my house I have predatory and responsive, and then the card counter, one half of the mag does 20% increased damage, the other half, which deals increased damage, flips after 15 seconds or when the magazine is empty. So it came with, when I got it out of my exotic cache that I had been saving, it had predatory and self-preserved. Now I had to put responsive on it because that's the best talent in the game. I wish I had deadly and responsive. I would actually be hitting a lot harder. I'd probably be doing about 45k crits, or probably 46k crits, because the highest I've seen so far that I've done solo with no pulse, no cat pulse, you guys, was 42k. So actually it still works out, especially since I have striker. The predatory with the health regeneration definitely helps out. I get that regen on top of the 6-piece striker regen. So getting into the actual pieces of the build, I have with the chest piece, I still have a roll for electronics, 1812 armor, almost 16,000 health. I still have skill haste on there to get my skills back faster. I have the ammo capacity on there as well. The 267 firearms mods on here with skill haste. The skill haste isn't as big in this patch, but I still use it because it's still pretty decent, especially for this build since I don't have a lot of skill power. For the striker's mask, this is rolled for firearms, 980 armor with crit chance. This is a crit crit build, so it's centered around crit. I don't need a pulse to do a lot of crits on players. And then the minor attributes, of course, damage to elites with the stamina mod, 265 stamina mod with crit chance on it. On my knee pads, rolled for firearms with in health. For the mod, I have stamina, 265 stamina mod on here with crit chance as well, and then the 6% first aid self heal, and also what is it? I have the minor attributes: disrupt resistance, damage to elites, and bleed resistance. I would rather have shock resistance than damage to elites because this is my main PvP build. But do not be fooled. We ran resistance earlier. We got to 25, and I was doing like 220, almost 230k crits on NPCs. So yeah, it shreds. If you had damage to elites on this build is just amazing in PvE. So the holster, 899 armor, 1370 firearms, 1395 stamina, 1399 electronics. Rolled for crit chance instead of skill haste or health. I'd rather have that crit chance because this is a crit build. And then I have the first aid self heal in here as well. On my gloves, I have 12% SMG damage, 15% crit damage, and 12% assault rifle damage. So I'm not running with skill haste. I could have a crit chance on here, but I'm still using my AR. So I'd rather have, you know, that damage, and since I have pretty decent crit chance on this build without it being on my gloves, you know, I don't really need it. So it still works out. So, and as you guys can see that with the 1296, my rolls are kind of low for classified. So if it was optimized, this build would be way better, and it would be hitting that much harder. On my backpack, 1236 armor, 1340 electronics, roll for health and ammo capacity. So I have these electronics so I can unlock competent. If I did not want competent on this build, then I would run with less skill power. This would probably be I'd probably do firearms on this backpack instead of adding more stamina because the increments go by 3,000. So it just if I rolled it for stamina, I wouldn't get the extra 6 feet striker buff where it would heal even faster. So I would just do more firearms and shred even faster. So like I said, I'm only running this much electronics for just to unlock competent. On my house, I have on my M4, I have 23.50 crit chance, 96% crit damage. Of course, I have the 87% headshot damage. Let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, I only have 14% skill haste, so I can run with even less, and I'd be just fine because it's not making a huge difference. On my max health, I have 335,000. The toughness is 489, and I have 31% armor mitigation. I could be higher, so like I said, with the optimization, I'd be that much tankier. For the skills that I'm using, I'm still using a box, not using a pulse because I don't need the crit chance. I mean, it'll be great to have it, but I don't need it because it's already in my build. My main heal is actually my immunizer, because I get a better heal than my booster shot. The booster shot is basically just for the buff and for just to be more tanky. So it's nice to have it, but you know, I get the box faster. I can pop that. When I have it down, I'm still healing in it on top of my striker, on top of my predatory. So basically, as you guys can see, I'm healing all the time. As long as I'm shooting somebody, I'm healing at a crazy rate. So if I decide to put on the move, so I have on the move, I have predatory, I have my striker, and I'm just putting in work on these dudes because I'm stacking, and then I'm getting my health on top of that. So that's why I'm able to fight so many people at once, and that's why this gear set is just absolutely amazing. So I hope you guys are just enjoying 1.8. I know we're all on edge about Rogue 2.0, and you know, just about the getting rid of the heals while shooting and all the minor things, but I think if we can keep this patch diverse, then the division will be okay. But as long as if everybody's using the same thing, then it's kind of it's gonna go down the dead end. It's gonna turn into an Alpha Bridge patch. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the best build that I've come across so far. I've seen Lone Star builds, and those definitely shred, but those are predicated upon having a healer by your side, and I do not need a healer with this build. This is a definite solo build. You can go manhunt. I've been shredding in skirmish. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some gameplay of that in my next video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for coming through, and enjoy the rest of the vid, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Oops. Fuck. I might go down here.
Call me. I got the
Stuck.
box.
Oh, I'm down. I'm dead. Too many of them for me. Still smacking. MPC are giving me more trouble. Assault rifle hits hard as fuck. I realized I didn't have any fucking attachments to the goddamn thing. What's that thinking about? Try to like break the line of sight a lot. Oh, he fucking shot grenaded me, dude.
Oh, you serious? Oh my god. Really?
Shot grenade. I threw one damn grenade this whole time. God, he didn't even take a bar away. Clapping. What? I've died like 6 times. You're still going on your first. Never even died once. Watch out, sniper. No one's coming.
It's a pain in the ass, man.
So if I clear, even if you're over there, you're good?
Yeah.
Alright, well you are good.